Chosen one, this move will confuse them all. God's strategy, this is not just a phrase. It is a prophecy unfolding in your life right now. You have been walking through valleys where eyes have been watching you, where voices have been whispering against you, where forces have been plotting strategies to stop you. But what they did not realize is that you are not walking by your own intellect, nor are you moving by your own design. You are moving according to a higher plan, a divine order that was written long before your enemies even knew your name. God has aligned your steps, and each move you take is guided by a strategy that human minds cannot comprehend. This is why the very move you are about to make will not just shake their expectations. It will confuse them to the point that they cannot understand how you rose, how you survived, and how you overcame. Before we go deeper, I encourage you to stay with me until the end of this message. There is a sacred energy that builds as these words reach you, and I ask you, chosen one, to fill the comments below with your warmest wishes and write 777777. This is more than a number. It is a code of alignment, a signal of divine completion and victory. As you do this, you are energizing the universe with your intentions, speaking life into your future, and affirming that what is meant for you cannot be stolen. Your wishes are heard, and they are already manifesting. Now let us return to the path laid before you. The move you are about to make is not accidental. It is not something you stumbled into. Every delay, every setback, every misunderstanding you endured was part of the hidden preparation. While you thought you were being pushed back, you were actually being positioned. God was moving you away from the traps that were set for you. You did not see it at the time, but heaven has been guiding you like a master chess player, keeping you hidden until the right moment. And now, as you prepare to take this step, you must know it is not just any step. It is the step that will cause the strategies of your enemies to collapse under the weight of divine wisdom. They expected you to move one way, but you will move another. They anticipated your downfall, but instead they will witness your elevation. This is why confusion will strike them. They will ask themselves, how did this happen? How did the chosen one rise from ashes? How did the doors open when we closed them? All their calculations will fail because they forgot one crucial truth. You are not operating under their systems. You are operating under God's strategy, a plan far superior to their schemes. When heaven intervenes, the best laid plots of men scatter like dust in the wind. Understand this. Chosen one, confusion is a weapon. It is not always the thunder of victory or the roar of triumph that defeats your adversaries. Sometimes it is the silence of your unexpected move, the calmness of your faith, and the sudden shift of favor that causes their minds to break. When they cannot explain you, they cannot control you. When they cannot predict your steps, they cannot block your path. That is the beauty of God's plan. It leaves no room for manipulation, no space for interception, and no chance for imitation. What He has ordained for you carries a mark they cannot counterfeit. Remember how they laughed when you were quiet. They thought your silence was weakness. They thought your waiting was a sign of defeat. But what they did not know is that silence was strategy. God kept you still until the appointed time. He trained you in the shadows, built your strength in the unseen, and refined your spirit when no one was watching. And now when you rise, you will rise so suddenly, so powerfully, that it will look impossible in human eyes. That impossibility is what will breed confusion. For how can someone written off rise so high? How can someone betrayed stand so firm? How can someone abandoned still shine so bright? These questions will haunt those who tried to bury you. Chosen one, never doubt the strategy that heaven has crafted. It may not make sense to you right now. You may wonder why certain doors were shut, why certain people left, why certain opportunities slipped away. But these were all part of the divine move. God was removing the wrong hands from your destiny. He was cutting off those who would have sabotaged the blessing. He was sealing doors that would have led you into traps. And while you wept over what you lost, the heavens rejoiced because your protection was preserved. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. And soon you will see that every twist was calculated for your good. Your life is about to become a living testimony of unexpected victory. You will not even need to explain yourself. The results will speak, the fruit will reveal the tree. The elevation will be undeniable. And those who once doubted you will be forced to acknowledge, this is not human strength. This is divine intervention. Your success will not make sense in the natural, because it is birthed in the supernatural. That is why they will be confused. They will have no formula to replicate what you carry. They will have no map to follow your path, because your path is uniquely designed for you alone. And hear this, the confusion of your enemies is not just random. It is purposeful. It is the shield that will protect your blessing. When they cannot understand you, they cannot stop you. When they cannot track you, they cannot trap you. God's strategy ensures that their eyes will see, but their minds will not comprehend. Their ears will hear, but their hearts will not discern. By the time they realize what has happened, it will be too late. You will already be seated in the position ordained for you, holding the promise that was prepared in advance. Think of it like this: your life is a puzzle, but only heaven holds the picture of the finished image. Your enemies may collect a few pieces, but without the full vision, they cannot see the whole. That is why they are confused. They assume they know you based on fragments, but the full design is hidden in God's wisdom. And when the final piece falls into place, the beauty of your journey will shock them all. You will stand as proof that divine strategy is stronger than human schemes. So, chosen one, walk boldly. Do not fear the whispers. Do not tremble at the plots. Do not worry about being misunderstood. Confusion is part of the plan. When they scratch their heads in disbelief, smile. When they whisper in circles trying to figure you out, rejoice, for their confusion is your confirmation. Their inability to explain you is evidence that you are moving with heaven's guidance. You are not here to be understood. You are here to be elevated. And very soon this move will seal the testimony that no weapon formed against you could prosper. He believed. They had calculated every angle of your life. They thought they knew when you would rise and when you would fall. They expected to measure your strength and predict your limits, but what they forgot, chosen one, is that no one can measure the hand of God. For his thoughts are not their thoughts, neither are his ways their ways. What seems like a detour to them is direct purpose in heaven's eyes. They thought they placed you in a corner, but they unknowingly placed you in position. They thought they delayed you, but they unknowingly aligned you with divine timing. And when you move now, it will be with a power so mysterious, so explainable, that their wisdom will turn to foolishness. The plan of God is not exposed to every eye. It is hidden like treasure in the field, revealed only to those who walk by faith. And you, chosen one, are walking not by sight, but by the light of heaven. The steps of the righteous are ordered. Each step you have taken was ordained, and though it looked scattered, it was always strategic. Your life is not random. It is orchestrated, and because heaven has the blueprint, you need not fear those who build traps. For the foundation of your path is laid by the rock that cannot be shaken. Your enemies expect a natural response, but you will answer with a divine move. They expect panic, but you will walk with peace. They expect weakness, but you will rise with strength. This will confuse them, because their strategy is built on the assumption that you think like them, but you do not. You are guided by the Spirit, and the Spirit leads into all truth. Even when the storm rises, you walk as one covered. Even when the battle rages, you stand as one victorious. And they will see it and whisper, "Who is this that even the winds and the waves obey?" Do you see, chosen one, how powerful confusion can be? It is not chaos, it is strategy. God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. What they despise is what He elevates. What they discard is what He crowns. The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. They will not understand how the one they mocked, ignored, or dismissed is now carrying the very key to destiny. And as you rise, they will be forced to face a truth they tried to deny. Heaven's choice cannot be erased by human hands. This move will not just silence them, it will dismantle their plans. For while they were planning to harm you, heaven was planning to prosper you. While they whispered of your end, heaven was speaking of your beginning. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Not because the weapons were never formed, but because God's strategy turns their arrows into ashes, their fire into smoke, their snares into stepping stones. They may have formed it, but it will never function. They may have tried, but they will never triumph. And this reality will bring them to the brink of confusion. Understand, chosen one, confusion is not cruelty. It is justice. It is the weight of heaven pressing down on the schemes of man. It is the divine reversal that turns their calculations upside down. He frustrates the devices of the crafty so that their hands achieve no success. Every plot is being frustrated even now. Every whisper is being scattered. Every strategy against you is being dismantled. Not by your strength, but by God's. And when they see it, they will not know how to respond. Their pride will shatter, their words will falter, their confidence will dissolve, because they will see that no man can outwit the one who sees all things. Chosen one, your assignment is not to explain yourself. Your duty is not to justify your rise. Your role is simply to obey the divine prompting, to step when heaven says step, to speak when heaven says speak, to remain silent when silence is the shield. Be still and know that I am God. Stillness confuses them, obedience defeats them. And your victory will not require striving. It will require surrender. For when you yield to the strategy of God, He fights the battle on your behalf. And when God fights, there is no contest. Victory is not only certain, it is eternal. This is why you must not fear being misunderstood. To be misunderstood is proof that you are moving in dimensions unseen. If they could easily explain you, then your journey would be ordinary. but you are extraordinary, and your path is cloaked in mystery. Mystery is not weakness, it is protection. God has hidden you in the cleft of the rock, shielded you with His hand, and veiled your next move from the eyes of the unworthy. By the time you emerge, the strategy will already be complete, and they will see the outcome without ever knowing the process. That is why they will be confused. Look around, chosen one. Do you feel the shift? The silence before the breakthrough? The stirring before the unveiling? This is not coincidence, it is preparation. Heaven is aligning people, places, and opportunities. The same mouths that once cursed you will speak, blessing the same doors that once shut will open, and the same eyes that once mocked will watch in awe. He prepares a table before you, in the presence of your enemies, not in their absence, but right in front of them. They will not be able to deny it, because they will see it with their own eyes. And seeing without understanding is the deepest form of confusion. So stand firm, chosen one. The move is near, do not hesitate. When the moment comes, do not shrink back into fear. Do not question what heaven has already confirmed. Your life is the strategy. Your rise is the testimony. Your presence is the proof. Move boldly, move silently. Move faithfully, and as you move, the heavens move with you. And when the heavens move, the earth trembles, enemies scatter, and confusion takes its place as your weapon. For this is God's design, to turn their wisdom into folly, their certainty into doubt, their confidence into dust. And you, chosen one, will walk through the storm untouched, rise from the ashes undefeated, and stand in the promise unshaken. That is the strategy, that is the move. And that is why they will be confused. Chosen one, everything has been leading to this very moment. You have walked through shadows. You have endured whispers. You have carried burdens no one else understood. Yet here you stand, not broken, but unshaken, not defeated, but sharpened. The move that God is about to release through your life is not ordinary, it is prophetic. It is strategic, and it will rewrite the story others tried to write. For you, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. The tables are turning, and the balance is shifting in your favor. They expected your silence to be your end, but it was the gathering of your strength. They expected your delays to be your downfall, but they were the preparation of your destiny. Now the unveiling will shock them. When you step forward, it will be as though heaven itself steps with you. When you speak, it will carry the thunder of truth. When you rise, it will carry the fragrance of victory. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of the Lord rises upon you. The time of hiding is over. The time of shining is here. Do not be afraid of the confusion that follows your steps. It is a sign that heaven's hand is upon you. Their plans are dissolving. Their strategies are scattering. Their words are collapsing. What was meant to bury you is now the very soil from which you rise. And as you rise, you will not only walk in victory, you will embody victory. If God is for you, who can be against you? No one. No force, no plot, no scheme, so walk forward. Chosen one, move into the fullness of your calling. Let the world witness what divine strategy looks like. Let your enemies watch as their confusion becomes your confirmation. And let every step remind you, this is not the end, it is the beginning of glory. Heavenly Father, guide my steps according to your strategy. Let every move I make be aligned with your will and covered by your protection. Scatter the plans of the enemy and fill me with courage to walk boldly into the destiny you have prepared. Surround me with peace, clothe me with wisdom, and crown me with victory. May my life reflect your glory, and may every rising moment confuse those who seek my downfall. Amen.